Unfortunately, with this short time, actually, maybe we can talk quickly and do it. I did this lecturing in Arabic. I was trying to translate it in English, actually, and then to be ready with PowerPoint, but unfortunately, I couldn't do it. Anyway, actually, I just within 15 minutes, I noticed that I have to be with you live right now, which is not, which is okay. Okay, now let's talk about artificial intelligence in education. Actually, artificial intelligence, it's the time with pandemic COVID-19, it's the time to prove that really can help and increase, and it's time for all government entities really to participate and start thinking about distance work and distance learning and distance service providing. It's not only providing education or providing government services or providing vendors services in distance way. It's also, it can be something like 24 hours, 7 days a day, a week. Uh, I'm glad to be here with you today, and I think we can talk about what initiatives and different ideas that can be invented with AI and education. There is two types of lecturing or training, either synchronized training or unsynchronized training. The synchronized one, which means the presenter and speaker, like me now at this time, should be attractive with the audience at the same time. Or asynchronized, it should not be for unsynchronized. The speaker can talk, can explain, can, uh, okay, put in, all right. Speaker can talk, speaker can record everything at the same time. It will be recorded and then produced. Now, such kind of lessons or learning material, it can be used in unsynchronized. It can be available 24 hours per in a day, 27 days in a week. But for an unsynchronized one, for the synchronized one, a person should sit down and talk, and maybe we can also chat and accept live questions, and also start talking about different areas. Now, for both ways, we can use technologies of AI to increase the learning outcomes to the audience. For example, part of AI is augmented reality and virtual reality. With the virtual reality, if a person trying, or if a lecturer trying to introduce himself and trying, sorry, to introduce a lesson or a topic, then this is possible with, for example, if he's talking about manufacturing cars, technologies, or if he's trying to teach, for example, let's say, uh, uh, for example, diagnosis, medicine diagnosis, or nursing, then the virtual reality, it can help people to to uh, uh, work around, see the objects, and try to touch it, try to use a virtual object to interact and do the different work. So this is possible with virtual reality at the same time, where a student or learner can sit down and use special tools with virtual reality and to be virtually diagnose or virtually explore a city, virtually explore places, and so on. Also with robotics process automation, which is like transaction or treating all the transactions of incoming requests from visitors or different people. Also, this is also possible from people to attend or from people to interact. The robotics process automation can help you to read the incoming request, treat it, and also finalize it. It can read the emails, it can read the applications, and it can read different things. So for education purpose, if robotics process automation can treat all the incoming inquiries and requests from different people, they're asking for university studies, or they're asking for future development. The robotics process automation able to understand what is available, what is possible, what it can, and also it can work with chat booting technologies. It can work in order to analyze the learner possibilities and understand as well the learner's capabilities, and then it can nominate and advise the learner with specific topics to study. And then the education with expert systems, it can start teaching the student with recorded lessons, with available materials, how to increase his possibilities and how to enhance more with through education, and be part of the attendees or part of the, what they call it, learning technology and so on. So these things are really very good, and learners can do it, and it will reduce the effects, and it will reduce actually the skills and the workforce required in this case in order to treat all the inquiries. It will make the service available 24 by 7 for everybody. So people, they don't need to try to understand or check, or they don't need to wait until government working hours from like 8 or 7:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. No, the service will be available because the robotics process automation will treat all the inquiries and try to process and also transfer it to an expert systems. The expert system is also another kind of artificial intelligence. It will start understand and give them a checklist of questions, and then it can understand really what is the best, for example, topics to study for this student or for this employee in order to increase his skills and capabilities at work. Another thing of possibilities with learning outcomes with through education is to use the some material or some attractive material like attractive books. With AI, for example, the books can be printed with a printed material. For example, it can be printed with a QR code, which is a method that can be scanned by a learner mobile or tablets, and then it will run, for example, a virtual shape for him to understand. For example, if a student trying to study a triangle or a math or something, a topic, then the printer or the author is supposed to prepare his material with advised with some videos, supportive videos, and these videos can be run quickly when the students take his mobile, try to scan the QR, and then the video will automatically be run through the QR code in order to explain it in more attractive way. It's not only that, there is some available smart applications which is also built, invented with artificial intelligence, where you can read the solution. For example, if you have a math solution where you can scan the math question and then try to, the mobile can try to read the question and try to analyze and provide an answer. I mean, it can give you an answer for the mathematical questions. Another thing also, uh, especially for young learners, they can use like 3D objects. So if they're trying to explore the shape of different, for example, different news or different objects, they can scan it and use, for example, Google search. But this time, well, they're not going to use Google search as a to search for this topic and read about it. No, they can upload the image or upload the picture, and then from given box or given reference or from newspaper or magazine, and then they can find similarities of this object or this shape, and then they can ask to search for a 3D object of this one, and then they can assume this object. So if he's trying to learn to explore Safari World, for example, probably he's trying to know more about lion. Then the students or young learners, they can download it, or they can open their camera, video, mobile camera, and then consider that there's it's like a real lion in your room, and then they can explore it from using the mobile from different angles, and they can attract a little bit with the virtual shape, which is appeared in their mobile. So, so there's different methods in AI education. As I said, the first one is artificial intelligence through expert systems. The expert systems can understand and analyze the employee and students' needs, and the expert systems can start advising advising the learner with a specific topic, with specific more fit topic for him. Another thing, also the learning lessons. It can be synchronized or unsynchronized lessons. With both ways, we can put AI in order to attract more with the learner, and also it can be more beneficial. We're using virtual reality and augmented reality, where they can use tools or probably through their mobiles and start to explore the shapes, for example, astronomy, for example, so they can understand better the spaceship world. They can understand the planets, the galaxy around, and probably they can work and try to feel like a pilot or spaceship driving and so on. Another thing also, as I said, it can be used for attractive books. So if you have a printout material, you can make it more attractive with the QR code. And also you could teach your students or teach the learner that they can search. If there is a topic which is not understandable from the book, or there is a lot of readings, paragraphs required to understand, then probably you can ask Google search or ask different applications, smart applications, to download and search for you a video explanator or similarities articles or applications that can help you to solve your questions. So this is another way. So actually, in fact, it's like two-side beneficial. I mean, students, they can find an assistant, a virtual assistant, to find out an answer for their assignments and projects. At the same time, the education institutional, they are afraid about students. They're not spending their time a lot in finding out and working out to find a solution for mathematical equation, since the technology AI able to answer it quickly for you, so you don't need to waste your time. Or the students, they don't need to find out too much time to answer the questions. They can use other methods to answer the questions. So that's why some of the learning solutions available in institutes, it monitor in exams, for example, when they have an online exam, which is a synchronized exams, it monitors the eye. So if the students focusing on the screen, that's good. But if the students trying to check the something or trying to play with other laptop, hidden laptop, for example, to find out an answer, then the system can monitor the eye movement and can detect that the student is trying to cheat. So it's another thing that the institution they supposed to consider while running this kind of technology. So that's why it's very important for educators, for institutions to, although to make to teach the learners the horizons of artificial intelligence in education, and to make the learning become better and easier. although that at the same time, the students, they're supposed to be monitored in their examination and evaluation through the camera, for example, if it required an instant examination or if it required an attractive exams from teacher and or tutor to the students. I think I'm almost done because as I have been noticed, I should close by within 5 minutes. If anyone have a question or something, please raise your hand or please the moderator can talk to you. Yes, any question?
Thank you very much, Engineer Ruai, for your presentation and the discussion. We enjoyed it very much. I think there is not too many questions here.
Okay. Maybe we can pick 3 questions, okay? So let me open the chat room then, but I couldn't see any questions here through Zoom.
Yeah, I guess there is no question.
Okay. Would you please say it to me, one of the questions? All attendees from KSA. By the way, I would like to celebrate with you KSA. About today is the KSA National Day, and we're proud in UAE to be part of this celebration. Everything here in some malls already in UAE and at Burj Khalifa as well. We start putting KSA flags, and we're really very happy with the invent and growing and development happen in KSA. Okay, so if someone want to talk and ask a question, please unmute and talk, please. Okay, I think we're glad to be with you today, and thank you very much. Thank you, Mrs. Fatma Bothman. And if anyone wants, Mr. Sumai, Jihan, Mr. Ibrahim. إذا حد عنده سؤال بالعربي أو بالإنجليزي يتفضل. طيب إحنا نشكركم على الحضور. الوقت المخصص لي حسب ما بلغونا الإدارة 30 دقيقة، وإحنا بهذا الشكل شرفنا على الانتهاء. أشكركم جزيلا على الحضور. Thank you very much for attending this event, and I'm proud to be part of KSA Mobile Exhibition and Conference Show. We hope we can meet you again in a different opportunity. Luay Al-Nakhal, AI consultant and innovation consultant. Thank you very much.